Good day everyone! I hope you're all doing well. I am Miss Maureen P. Apostol and you may call me Teacher Maureen. Today, we will be having a review session on the course Survey of English and American Literature. Question number 1. It refers to a period where it emphasizes the lives of the people and has become conscious about their rights and needs. Letter A, Age of Chaucer. Letter B, Coming of Christianity. Letter C, Touch of Modernity. And letter D, Augustan Age. The correct answer is letter A, Age of Chaucer. Age of Chaucer under the phenomenon of the rise of the people. This is where the majority of English people begin to think about themselves and romanticize their ideals on life. Our distractors are letter B, letter C, and letter D. Letter B, Coming of Christian, is a work related to pagan and beliefs. People worship nature and other earthly elements. Letter C, it is just a distractor and nothing more. And letter D, Augustan Age, focuses on human's ego. Question number 2. It is one of the best-known Victorian novels which tells the story of a woman who experienced an abusive childhood. Letter A, Lowell the Widower. Letter B, Sybil. Letter C, Jane Eyre. Or letter D, The Diary of a Nobody. The correct answer is letter C, Jane Eyre, written by Charlotte Bronte. It's about the orphan girl living with her aunt's abusive treatment. Her story focuses on self-exploration and search for the identity. Our distractors are letter A, B, and letter D. Lowell the Widower, written by William Makepeace, talks to a young man and his unsure life. This story tends to explore human experience. Letter B, Sybil, by Benjamin Disraeli, is about the story of social class and harsh industrial life in the town of England. And the last distractor is A Diary of a Nobody, is about Englishman mediocre life. Number 3. What was the real name of the English author of Treasureland and Adventures of Tom Sawyer? Letter A, Francis Bacon. Letter B, Christopher Marlowe. Letter C, Leo Tolstoy. Or letter D, Samuel Langhorne Clemens. The correct answer is letter D, Samuel Langhorne Clemens. This is the pen name of Mark Twain, author of Treasureland and Adventures of Tom Sawyer. He used his pen name because he once experienced working as a river pilot. Our distractors are letter A, B, and letter C. Francis Bacon is the father of inductive reasoning and essay, while Christopher Marlowe is English playwright and poet. He composed Tragical History of Dr. Faustus, while Leo Tolstoy is a Russian writer. Number 4. What is the term for a simple stock compound such as whale path or swan road? Letter A, caesura. Letter B, kennings. Letter C, romance. Or letter D, clergy. The correct answer is letter B, kennings. So, kennings is an imaginative phrase used instead of a simple noun to describe something and suggest important characteristic of person on the object name. Our distractors are letter A, C, and letter D. A, caesura, is a strong pause within a line, especially a sense in a pause, usually near in the middle of a verse. While letter C, romance. is a literary genre popular in the Middle Ages, dealing in verse or prose with legendary, supernatural subjects and characters. While letter D, clergy, this is a Latin chiefly spoken, those who pray, purpose was to save everyone's soul. Number 5. What is the most common foot in English poetry? A. Anapest, B. Trochee, C. Iamb, or letter D. Dactyl. The correct answer is letter C. Iamb. Iamb is known as a common foot in the poetry because this is the most basic sound pattern in English speech, usually as an unstressed syllable and followed by stress in its sequence. The other three are just distractors. So, our distractors, letter A, Anapest, is known for the two unstressed and one unstressed, like the dumb. While Trochee is known for one stressed syllable and unstressed. It is just the opposite of Iamb. And last is Dactyl, contains 3 syllables and 2 stressed syllables. So it is considered one of the hardest. Number 6. How many did William Shakespeare write? Letter A, 39 plays, 154 sonnet, and 2 epic narrative poems. Letter B, 36 plays, 156 sonnets, and 5 epic narrative poems. Letter C, 32 plays, 158 sonnets, and 7 epic narrative poems. Or letter D, 28 plays, 155 sonnets, 6 epic narrative poems. The correct answer is letter A, 39 plays, 154 sonnet, and 2 epic narrative poems. Approximately, scholars believe that William Shakespeare wrote almost 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and 2 epic narrative poems. The other 3 are just distractors and not included in any relevant sources about his writing history. So our distractors are letter B, C, and letter D. Number 7. Who hailed as father of inductive reasoning and father of English essay? Letter A, George Herbert. Letter B, John Donne. Letter C, Francis Bacon. Or letter D, Thomas Crew. The correct answer is letter C, Francis Bacon, because he is considered the father of inductive reasoning due to his new approach to science, and he wrote a lot of letters related to that. Our distractors are letter A, B, and letter D. George Herbert and his works delves into the human and God relationship. His poems are also known for his being deep, spiritual, and devotional. While John Donne is known for metaphysical poems. Metaphysical means his verse is mostly religious, while Thomas Carew is same with John Donne. Number 8. She is known for writing confessional poetry and her semi-autobiography novel, The Bell Jar. Letter A, Sinclair Lewis. Letter B, Ezra Pound. Letter C, Sylvia Plath. Letter D, Zora Neale Hurston. The correct answer is letter C, Sylvia Plath. Is a major figure poet of confessionalism poetry. Her theme focuses on how she viewed her life and mental illness struggles. One of her famous works is The Bell Jar, which is known for its multifaceted symbols such as a girl who suffered from her society and etc. Our distractors are letter A, B, and letter D. Sinclair Lewis, known for the muckraking, the journalism, and the first American awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature during 1913. He didn't write the bell jar. Ezra Pound is a prolific writer of modernist poetry during the 20th century and wrote the In a Station of the Metro and A Girl, while Zora Neale Hurston is a folklorist, writer, and writes a novel about the struggles of Africans. One of these is entitled Their Eyes Are Watching of God. Number 9. The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman primarily falls under what literary criticism? Letter A, formalist criticism. Letter B, feminist criticism. Letter C, media criticism. Or letter D, reader response. The correct answer is letter B, feminist criticism, because the story narrates the life of the woman and her psychological difficulties after living a restrained life. Our distractors are formalist, media, and reader's response. So, formalist focuses on the intrinsic elements of the text. Media about the text physical traits, while reader response focus on reading interpretation. Not the text, it is about asking what is another meaning of the text using their shared insights. Number 10. The following list are the English literature themes during the 17th century. Some of these are letter A, realist, modernist, and experimentation. Letter B, Brahmin, romantic, and drama. Letter C, dark, Gothic, and Victorian. Or letter D, Puritans, pastoral, and metaphysics. The correct answer is letter D, Puritans, pastoral, and metaphysics. During this time, Americans started to explore the knowledge that comes from nature, science, and existence, where also the Puritan opposed the old church teachings. Our distractors are letter A, B, and letter C. So A is under 19th century and up until now. Letter B falls under 18th century and its feature is about pleasure, love, and beauty. By letter C, dark, Gothic, and Victorian during the 18th century, mostly the themes include the harsh realities in life. That would be all. I hope you've learned from this review session. Thank you!